Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my coloring book collection part 4, I do believe. This is the stack of coloring books on the other side of the Johanna stack, so it's mostly going to be Kirby books, but there are a handful of non-Kirby things, so we're going to go through those first and then we'll get to the Kirby books. So the first book in my collection on this side is The Ink House by Rory Dobner. This is a really cool hardcover coloring book, which is also a story, and it is an absolutely beautiful book. Storm would like to scratch his cardboard in celebration of this video, so I've done a large amount of pictures in this. It's not finished. There's a lot to do. A lot of them are very detailed, a lot of them are very simple. A lot of them have color mixed in with them on the page. This is one of my favorites right here that I did. And I think I did one in July of this year, but mostly this was like 2021, 2022 that I was going through these. So, yep. And there's the house. So, I think I had seen when I was in the coloring community before, someone had made a video of that, having that book, and I immediately went out and got it because I was like, oh, I need that in my collection. The next two books are from Vex, and they are Creatopia and Doodletopia, which I have more colored in Doodletopia. I'm not going to do like a full flip of these or any sort of like major thing because I actually have a video on my channel that has an actual full flip through of all three books I have of Vex. So if you want to see more of what I've colored and more of this artwork, then definitely check out the video on my channel. Now, the next two books are ones I'm not going to do any sort of flips of the art of because they're horror related books. Horror is not for everyone, so I'm not going to show off anything. I will, on my Instagram, obviously, I'll show like finished pictures, but I don't think this is anything on my channel I'm ever going to really show, but I have two Beauty of Horror books. I have The Haunt of Fame and Creature Feature. I like these books. I like the artwork. I like the pictures. They're really, really fun to color. Two more books that I will not be showing any art from because they are actual horror books. There's some very severe body horror in these books. So I have the Uzumaki book and the Junji Ito collection. Junji Ito is one of my favorite manga artists, writers, creators, and his work is disturbing and incredible. And he's such a sunshine-looking person. You see pictures of him smiling, and he looks like this sweet man. And then you look at this and just think this is what lives inside of his brain, kind of thing. It's fantastic. So with those out of the way, we are going to start talking about Kirby, who is my #1 favorite coloring book artist, followed by, Johanna Basford. So the first one I picked up this year at Ollie's because it was $3.99 and I don't have it, and it's Reflections, which it is a compilation book of his artwork, and a lot of it is actually where they will take the same picture, like this one, and just do mirrored on each page, which is really cool, and this lends itself to some really interesting ideas of what I'd like to do with this. So I have ideas already, kind of things I'd like to do. And there are pictures in here that I've already colored that I'm excited I get to do again. So I think that's one of the reasons why I will always get his compilation books, because it gives me a chance to recolor pictures that I've colored a long time ago. And now we're moving on to Alien Worlds, which is probably the book I'm most intimidated by, because the art in here is just, it's absolutely fantastic and strange and alien, and there's so much detail and so many possibilities. I love this book because you can do whatever you want with the colors. You can make the air, the clouds, the steam pink or purple. You can make the planets any color you want. You can, I mean, this is a good example, one of my favorite ones that I did. You know, there's just a lot of opportunities in these books to just go crazy with the colors in this book. So there's a work in progress. But it's not, I have not colored as many in here as I would have liked to, because it's very complicated and very intimidating, but I will finish it. And now we're going to go back to the OG, the one that started it all 10 years ago, Animorphia. I have a lot more works in progress in this book than I have finished pictures, and a lot of things that are uncolored. But back then, this is what we were working with, and it can be a lot to sit down and finish in one sitting, or more than one sitting, so you really, you know, have to really be committed to getting it. So there are, like I said, a lot of, like this, for in particular, this is a definite work in progress that I should be finishing. I do have some finished pages though, as you can see. But this was like 2021 that I was working on these, so it's been a long time. And then we have Imagimorphia. I believe this means how many pages I have left in there to finish. I think you know, of course I had to do that one because it's a dinosaur, right? You had to do the dinosaur. But again, this one is a lot of works in progress, but also a lot of finished pictures. And again, I was working in this in 2021. Here's one I did with a rainbow pencil. You know, it's been a while since I worked in this book, so this might be something I'd like to get back to. But I do have some in here that are finished, you know, in my defense. And then we move from Imagimorphia to one of the compilations, Kaleidomorphia, which I don't think I have colored in this yet, because it's a collaboration, or not collaboration, I did do that in another page, because this is a compilation of his other books. You know, this is one of those awesome, I've already colored this, now I get to do it again kind of situations. And I did, there's another rainbow pencil color that I started. I kind of like how I did that one. Went a little different. I may do that for a couple of times. And you know, lots of works in progress. I'm surprised I touched this book at all though, because you know, it's a compilation. I did this all this way. When it comes to Kirby books, I like to explore the idea of using one color, a lot of monochromatic, or you know, maybe one or two colors, and not getting into the details. And sometimes it pulls off really well, sometimes not so much. Here's another one that when this came out I was very intimidated by, and I don't have a lot of finished pictures, obviously. But this is one of those cases where I took just a solid color, and you know, and a solid color and a shade color, and went through and did them this way. You know, I haven't finished this one yet, but I have down the two colors I want to use. I just, you know, I was smart and I put a post-it note in. And I have a few finished in this one. This is one of my favorites that I actually finished this year. I did that as a buddy color with someone on TikTok. Again, this is the idea I did where I would just take a solid color and color things. You know, just going through and showing off some of the things I've done. Some of them I'm not super happy with, you know, and I look at them and go, ooh. Some of them I think are fantastic. It's just, that's how it is when you color. This one was one that I really enjoyed doing. And this one too. And I think this was the very first picture I colored in the book. And we're going to go back and forth between old and new because we're going to get back to another older one, Mythomorphia. And again, definitely lots of works in progress, some finished pictures. There's a Medusa that I really am proud of. This is one of my favorite books, subject matter wise. This has got to be one of my favorites. Like this and Mythic World are my two favorites. And this is falling apart, as you can see. I'm flipping pages and it's falling apart. Alright, keep hitting the tripod and I'm very sorry. Okay, now we have Geomorphia. This one is one I have not done a whole lot in either, that I can recall. And I've had this for a long time. I got that guy, that happy guy. I did do this one, which I thought was kind of fun to do. And I did this one. And going into the World series, Fragile World is another one that I absolutely love. And I know I have some pictures to show off in here that I've done. And there are works in progress, of course. I did this one recently as a buddy color with Fearlessly Colorful here on YouTube. I got that cute guy. This cute guy. This guy and that guy. Yeah, again, did quite a few. And of course, there's tons left to do. I will be happily coloring in this book until all of my books until I'll be passing them on to someone else, I'm sure, in the next 50 years. Mythic World, this one is one of my favorites. This is a picture I just actually finished recently. That's why this backing paper's here. This is one of my favorite books of his. I think, other than Dark Fairy Tales, which is on my cart, I love this book, and I love all of the pictures I've done in this book. I'm looking for one specific picture. And again, you know, there it is. This is my favorite. One of the first ones I think I did, and one that I'm very proud of and love very much. Oh no, this one. The Fates. This is my channel banner that I'm very proud of doing. And you can't really see too very well, and it's kind of faded after a while, but this was actually like gold glitter gel pen. And yet again, you know, plenty of works in progress. Oh no, I forgot I finished Baba Yaga. Yep. And I think that was it. And then the new one I just did recently. So yeah, that is the next video in my coloring book collection. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing more of my coloring books and some pages that I've done. And I hope I will catch you in the next video. Thank you for making it this far. You guys are the best.